It's my time here, fellow mobile gaming fanatics, back once again with another episode of MyNBA2k17. And to kick off the episode, you can see here we are almost through to the brackets of this season. There's only a few more games to go. I'm currently, where am I, about 9th or 8th, I think, something like that. 8th, yep. All these people literally down to Ethan here. All the guys above that are all humans. Some of them have some pretty decent decks. I can't really see myself getting anywhere near the top and getting the actual legendary card, which I'd have hoped to have got at the start. But even an epic card for now, if I can get to those quarters, that will do. That will do. I stood off for the season for a while I was building my deck, but I need to get this finished now for the next event, and we will come to that in just a moment. But before we do so, two things. First of all, some sad news, and if I click here and go to legendary cards, some of you may notice, I'll try and make it a little bit more obvious. RIP Maurice Cheeks. I did have two, and now I only have one. For those of you that don't know, when I logged out of the game and come back in later on, my second Maurice Cheeks that I got from making 1,000 games and my reward, the duplicate became a single. So it was obviously glitch or something. I never actually bothered to get in contact with Cat Daddy. I probably would have done if I'd have invested, say if I'd trained some cards away into him. I'd have then made a complaint about it because it wouldn't have been fair to give me the card and take it away. I guess it was just a glitch. I don't know why it come up on my screen like that. It hasn't come up on anyone else's from what I've heard or seen so far. So I'm actually quite glad I managed to record that. But yeah, we won't be throwing him out anytime soon. So stuck with a single, not too disappointed because obviously, hey, I did manage to get that legendary foil card as my reward, but it's not going to be a dupe. So with that said, let's come back. I've actually got 58 picks to get from my most recent Blacktop challenge. I decided to do one earlier, just played it for the sake of it now that Blacktop is back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect these rewards on camera, see if we can get anything half decent, and while I'm doing so, I'm going to go over a few queries I have with the Blacktop challenge now that it's back. And for those of you who have played the game, you understand what the mode is. It takes probably about 20 minutes or so, 20-25 minutes. You get a load of picks from it, and then you get points towards getting special, slightly more powerful and rarer cards. Now, I have a real issue with Blacktop. I never played it much previously, and I can't really see me playing it now, except for getting the, a lump of picks every so often. If I'm doing something else and I'm bored and have a rare, maybe I will play it. But excuse me. Think of this: there is currently one legendary card available to be picked. Out of the 10 rewards, I think there's 4 super rare, 3 ultra rare, 2 epics, and 1 legendary, something like that. We can check in a moment. Now, previously, if you were lucky enough to get a legendary card as your Blacktop reward, you could potentially pro him with a wild card. Now that wild cards have been removed from the game, you're going to have to get duplicates of the card from playing Blacktop. And with the amount of points that they require for you from Blacktop and the rarity, nothing decent there, guys, and the rarity of those drops, it almost seems a complete waste of time. If we come to Blacktop here, you'll see by clicking on Ultimate Creator, these are recipes you can get. Yep, that's right. So there's this one Jason Kidd card here, and let's just say you do the basic recipe, for example. It's only asking for 150 Blacktop points. Okay, at the moment I have 165, and you played the game to this mode twice. You have to get all the various ingredients, and then you get a 0.05% chance of a legendary drop. And if you manage to sacrifice cards away, you can get it up to 0.35. Now, to increase that percentage, you just have to, for example, at this moment in time, sacrifice Chicago Bulls cards. So if I have to click on none, it'll show me all the Chicago Bulls cards that I can currently sacrifice to improve my chance of putting a legendary card. Now, if you come up and you want to increase that chance, the best you can do is ultimate. And if we look here, the basic is a 7% drop. Okay, look how many things you need to use. You're going to have to get rid of specific, ultra rare, and super rare cards, as well as epic and legendary abilities. And the joke is, if you fill this up to the max, it's only a 17% chance of a legendary card dropping. And the fact of the matter is, you've got to get that legendary card twice to be able to pro it. Okay, the number of points needed have been decreased because it's been offline for a while, so they're down to 1950 now, which is a big decrease. But for next month, they'll go back up again. For me, I just can't see myself really playing Blacktop to get those rewards because it's going to be so difficult to pro them. No wild cards. You're not going to be able to auction them in the auction house. There is no chance. So I'll be stepping out of that. With that said then, let's move on. Let's have a look at the current event. And many people were hoping for it to be a Rivals Clash as we just had a road to the championship. But guess what, guys? We're back with another road to the championship 2007 this time. Let's have a look at rewards and then I'll give you my thoughts on it. So, you know, I'm not even going to... I don't even really want to worry about the super rares. Let's go from ultra rare above, because I'm sure the majority of you, even if you are in super rare tier, for example, you'll be going for at least ultra rare or above. So you've got Deron Williams there, moves into, I could never say his name last season as well. Zendrunas, was it? Eagles? You know, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not going to try. I will try. Igulskas, something like that. It's going to be something like that. I used to call him Iggy. It's a lot easier. So Iggy for the sake of it, and you got Tony Parker at the top. Now, my last time I fell short, I got basically the Wiggins card here, and I fell short in here when it started to get a bit more difficult. This time my deck hasn't really improved a great deal either. I've trained up a few more of the epic cards, but I've had no real good pulls. So once again, unless I can put in a lot of time, and I'm going to struggle over the course of these next few days because I'm busy, I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to get these Tony Parker cards either. I needed a couple of week break to be able to do well at this event. Now, a lot of people have been, especially in the team, have been calling for Rivals Clash. And the reason why I don't think Rivals Clash is going to be out is for these bad boys, packs and cards. I think that Cat Daddy is using another RTTC, because in Rivals Clash you don't really need to buy packs. You just pick your team, you try and manipulate it so you can play a 3 and 2 strategy where you have 3 good cards, 2 weaker cards, however you want to do it, a balanced team, and try and pull yourself against similar balanced opponents and see if you can win. The matter of fact is, you only need to have 5 cards, or you only need to have technically 3 good cards. You don't even have to play in the top tiers. You can drop down if you're not worried about the rewards. There's many ways that you can manipulate the Rivals Clash system to try and get a very good reward at the end. And anybody with a weak deck, so say if you just started out and you've only got super rare cards and rare cards, you can still get that legendary special MVP or whatever event card that they will put up for grabs potentially at the end of it, regardless of your tier. So I think they're trying to avoid that. I think that Cat Daddy decided, no guys, we're going to put out another road to the championship, put out a few of those to make people try and buy these packs to build a deck, and then once people have done some money in the packs, then we'll bring up Rivals Clash, because Rivals Clash isn't really as an intense procedure in terms of your actual deck. It just takes a couple of cards. You know, you can do most of it by playing free. You don't have to do hot streaks. If you want to put the effort in, you can still probably do reasonably well without putting any real money into the event. And I think that is where their line of thought has come for putting out another RTTC. Now, with that said, my opinion on packs, you guys have seen my, I think, 15k, or most of you probably have my 15k pack opening, and ended up with 1 legendary card. Now, if you have a look here, just some very simple kind of maths, it's going to cost you 3,000 credits. Okay, now you can purchase 2,500 credits as a pack. Now, if we were to go to the auction house quickly, now I can't show you because I've got 10 auctions up already, so it's not going to allow me to go in here and give you an idea of how many credits are needed to auction a card. But if you averaged, say, I think it's 15 credits for rare card, 25 credits for super rare, and no, I think it's 15, 20 and 25, isn't it? So yeah, I think it goes up by 5 credits pop. So I think you start off at 15 credits for rare, 20 credits for super rare, and 25 credits for ultra rare if you want to auction those cards. I think it's like that. It might be 30 for ultra rare. I can't remember, and I can't double check at this moment in time. Sorry, people. But let's just say that you're just auctioning off rares, super rares. Okay, maybe the ultra rare. So it's going to cost you about between 15 and 20 credits. Let's just say 20 credits, okay? If you can do all those auctions at 20 credits, okay, for those 2,500 credits you'll have in your bank, you'll get 125 auctions. Okay, now if you get an average of 4,000 RP in auction, now I'm selling all my super rares from, let's come into my cards, I'll give you an idea. So, anything here, for example, if I was going to get rid of any of these cards, doesn't matter who, all the same idea, I'm putting them up 4,000 right now and leaving it as a 1,000 starting auction price. And so if I'm unlucky, then it only goes for the 1,000. Most of the time it goes for a little bit more, and when people want it, I'll get a few at 4,000. So let's just say you do that, you put out your super rares, and I'm putting them out about 4,000, starting price 8,000 by it now, and if I put any ultra rares, depending who it is, they will go out a little bit more, okay? So they go out maybe 15,000 to buy it now, something around that kind of mark, and then, you know, start from 8,000. So let's just say you get an average of 4,000 back per card, okay? 125 cards that you sell at 4,000 is going to give you 500k in terms of RP, okay? So your reward points here, you'd end up with 500,000. Now, let's do it a different way. Let's say that you're just selling super rares, ultra rares, whatever. It's about 25 credits a pop. You're going to get 100. 100 at 4,000 is going to give you 400k. Now, whatever way you look at it, you'd be better off to put your credits into selling cards in the auction house and using your RP to buy specific cards than you will be to buying packs. Now, yes, in packs you're going to get these MVP cards, but now that the rewards system has changed because they don't allow you to get wild cards, it means that these MVP cards you can only pro by getting them in successive packs. And with the pack drop rate, which many of you who have bought packs can probably concur with me when I say it is terrible. It's awful, the drop rate. You don't want to be spending that much money trying to get these pros. You can't come and buy those cards in the auction house. Here you can come and you can pick a rare card or whatever card you need. Look, tell you what, you don't even have to pick a good card. Like that Shaq O'Neal that I got, I think I can sell him for about 400,000 on here, I think it was. Let's just have a quick look at Shaq. Boom, where are you? I think it's about 400. I saw there's one card in it. Okay, it's gone. But it was 400,000, okay? That's what they wanted. Now let's just pick another team. Doesn't matter. Let's just say it's a Hornets card for whatever reason you get. Here you go. So you could come out if you want to go and buy the Kemba Walker, for example, buy it now, 220,000 to make a pro. You could technically, with those 2,500 actual in-game credits, if you play the game enough to get enough rare, super rares, ultra rares, and you can sell them, you'll be able to get enough RP to buy 2 of those cards, okay, from the auction house to make a pro, or to buy 1 to pro out any legendary tier freebie you got, or any pulls you get, anything like that. Ultimately, you'll be able to make pros of those cards as well. So for me, I want to do pack openings for you guys because I know that people enjoy it, and what I enjoy it as well to an extent. I don't enjoy getting crap out of packs, but I do enjoy doing the pack openings and the anticipation of getting something good. But I just can't bring myself to do packs at the moment when I know that the drop rate is so bad and I can't even pro the cards. I'm probably going to end up waiting. Maybe when Star Tier comes out, I'll do a pack opening for that, and the same with Playoff Tier, if it's going to go along the same kind of lines of 2K16. But otherwise, yeah, people, packs are going to be on the down for me. I'm instead just focusing on the auction house. I mean, look, I've only gone through, so I bought the 2,500 pack, and I have, how many credits do I have left? Can you remember? 21 something, isn't it? Okay, so I had a few left over. So I've probably gone through nearly 400 credits to get myself 150,000 RP. Okay, now yes, I did have RP left over. I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't this much. It was probably around 30ish, 40. I reckon in these 400 credits, I've added about 100,000 RP. Yes, I have been selling maybe a few higher cards, but if you look here, there's a lot of timeouts for me. A lot of these sold are just rare cards. Okay, yes, I'm getting a few. You can't go back any further. I'm getting a few sells on the super rares as well, which will obviously help boost it up. But most of these are either 4,000 outright buys, or they've been sold for between 1,000 and maybe 2,000 when the auction's been done. But quite a few 4,000 buys there, which helps. Obviously, getting a few more with the super rares, and then by going through and completing my daily rewards, which I have done. I got a couple 5,000 ones, a couple of 1,000 ones, just as simple things to help boost up another 20-30k. I can now go out if I want to and pretty much buy myself an Epic Pro. Wow, why am I clicking the wrong thing? So let's come back in for the final time. If I wanted to, for example, for this next event, I could say, hey, guess what? Let's get myself a few more Epic Pros to help me through. Who have I got here? Well, I've got another Deron Williams, which I've pulled from the board. Great, after I've already got him as a pro. Perfect. Same thing down here with Ben Simmons. Spent all that money getting him, proning for the last event. Ended up didn't make any difference because it still didn't do enough to my team, and then I go and pull him. Great, another example. But these are cards that I'm still going to be using because they'll help me in the next RTTC. Let's just say I want someone new. Let's say I want Brook Lopez or Tony Parker. You know, we go to the auction house. If I want to, go up here. I'll go, who should go for it? Lopez, Parker, who cares? Okay, we'll go Parker. Epic. Boom, here you go. It's going to cost probably about 40, 50,000, I guess. Okay, here you go, yep. It's fit. I could go buy him now, 50,000. I could pro him out. I could pro out Brook Lopez. Still have RP left over. That give me 2 Epic Pros. If I was using star contracts, obviously. Otherwise, all I can do is I can go bang here, buy them both, leave me just under 50,000 RP, use a veteran contract. That's another Epic Pro in the system, in the team. It's going to help me for a while, especially for the next 6-8 weeks before too many people get, you know, really good decks and legendary pros end up popping around everywhere. And that will do me so much more good than a random pack. And that's only going to cost me, you know, 500 credits to do that. Doesn't make any sense. I said, and that, by the way, that pack, yeah, just to show you again, that pack cost 3,000. Okay, so the pack for 2,500 credits. You still have to put more on. You have to get a bigger pack or get 2 packs to get this. So, my opinion, at the moment, if you want to spend money in the game to improve your team, the best bit is to use it in the auction house. You're going to get the best bang for buck like that. You can make those nice Epic Pros and stuff at the moment, kit yourself out a nice team, and then once you've got that nice team, you can do things like enter the seasons with a better team than I have at the moment, and you'll be able to potentially win a couple of these seasons and get yourself those legendary cards. If you get yourself into a legendary season, who knows, you might pick up some MVP cards and stuff there, which you could have also got from the packs. So that's just my thought on the process. Obviously, I don't want to discourage anyone from getting packs. I just think that Cat Daddy here have gone really off the rails with this game in terms of the changes they've made. While I don't necessarily think that removing wildcards is a bad thing, they've kind of killed the auction house with the use of real money in terms of being able to sell cards, and as a result I think that you'd be better off spending your money in there than on the packs. And maybe, just maybe, that is their thinking. Maybe they have realised that a lot of people aren't buying the packs as much now, so they're trying to find other ways to get some money out of people, and the auction house is that solution. But if they've done that, I don't understand why their pack rate is such, you know, so low. You'd want to think that they'd want people to have good pack success, so people would do both. They'd not only buy the packs, but then also they'd want to sell cards in the auction house and stuff more frequently to try and pro some of the other cards that haven't come out of packs, because obviously you can't get those MVP cards etc. on the auction house for now. So if they want to be successful in the events like the RTTC, they're going to need to purchase cards off the auction house. It looks like it's very money orientated at the moment. I'm not too amused about that, but I'm going to see if I can get that card. I'm going to grind again for a little bit today, over the weekend. We'll just have to see. I'm going to be quite busy. I'm out. It's the girlfriend's birthday, fiance. Apologies people, I'm not used to saying that. It's the fiance's birthday, and we'll be out for a few of the days doing things, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to get involved in this event. I'm going to try and play through though, because it's a really good way to get yourself a load of picks, see if I can get myself another legendary reset, and hopefully end up adding a card or two to the team. So peace out, people. Thank you for watching. See you all soon.